Alright guys and girls, this is Jano. So today I'm going to show you how to properly control or use the controls on Titan. First of all, you will need to go up to the game settings and set your keyboard to turn on. As you can see, it's on right now, as it says on at the bottom there, plus it's lit up on. And if you click it, it'll turn it off. You don't want to turn it off, you want to make sure it's on. Also, you get all these selections up here. The battle controls is what they call it. So this battle control system is pretty damn good. On your keyboard you will see 1 to 6. So this will select one robot in the squad. Okay, so you get shift 1, shift and left click on your mouse. So you got to press the shift button and hold down on that, and then you either press 1 to 6 to take control of one of your mechs, or you press 1 to 6 if you have all your mechs selected, and then you can deselect them by pressing the numbers again, which I'll actually go through with you in a bit. So with the shift and left click, so shift and left click, we've also got this one over here. This basically means you scroll your mouse from left to right or right to left, whilst you've got shift and holding down on your left button. Also, what they don't show in here is pressing down on your keyboard, which is the space bar. If you press down on the space bar and then you left click whatever sections you want to select, then it'll show you a box which will give you the indication of what type or where you're exactly selecting. So let's go into it now. As you've seen, everything is turned on, so close this. So right, so now we're in the battle screen. As you can see, I mean, I'm not really going up against any high level mechs there, so, but this is basically just controls. So let's say, okay, as you can see, you got selection down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So remember what I was telling you about shift and 1. So if I'm pressing down on my shift button now and then press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same again. If you want to deselect some certain units, you can do exactly the same thing. So let's say I want to deselect all of them one by one. So I want to deselect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, I'm not using my cursor, I'm not doing anything. I'm basically just using my keyboard. That's just to select them all. I can also do that by multi-selecting, but there's other controls here. Okay, so we get, if you select one of your mech and you are in a battle and you're basically just battling away, and you know you're kind of like just wanting to select all your mech at the same time, you just double click on your mech, on one of the mechs, it doesn't matter which one it is, and it'll highlight them all. So once again, you can also use your mouse, your cursor, to deselect a unit. So you've got everything selected, you want to deselect, then you just select one unit and it will deselect the other 5. And it's the same down here. If you want to deselect that one that you've got it selected, you just press the shift button and then deselect. So once again, you could do exactly the same. Like, let me just put it this way. I'm not pressing the shift button at the moment. I want to pick 1, then I want to add 2 onto that, but I can't because I'm not pressing down on the shift button. As you can see there, you can see my cursor moving around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press down on my shift button and select the mechs that I want to select, such as that. So now it'll highlight them. Let's say I don't want to select 3 and 4, so I'm just going to deselect 3 and 4. Let's say I want to reselect 3 and 4 again. I'll just click over 3 and 4 with my shift still pressed down. Okay, so this is going to be the tricky part. The tricky part is you using the space bar and then you going with your left click on your mouse and then you drag your mouse around the map, as you will see. So I'm going to press down on my space bar key on my thing now, which you still don't see nothing because I've still not got my my left click on my mouse pressed down yet. So I'm going to press down on my mouse now, left click mouse, and then drag my mouse over. As you can see, that white square being highlighted. So I've got those 3 elite cobras selected or inside of my square, and all I have to do now is let go of my left click and it will select them 3. And I can do anything I want with them without having to mess around with that. If I want to do exactly the same again and I don't want to select those 3 cobras and I want to select these elite Osirises, I'll just do exactly the same thing again. So the first thing you do is you press down on your key, on your spacebar key, and then you press down on your left click on your mouse, and then you drag your mouse over, obviously using the square as your guide to know what you're actually highlighting, and then there you go. So it's pretty simple, pretty easy. You can also select the whole entire map if you want to, not that it really matters, but yes, that's basically what you just need to do. Other than that, that's all the controls that's really needed, and that is all the controls there is in this game. So remember the shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your finger on shift, and then you can deselect each units by doing whatever you want to do. You've also got the space key, the space bar on your keyboard, and then you left click, and then you drag your mouse. So, which is what you can see me do there. Hopefully this will give you a better understanding of your controls, and it'll help you a lot better in your battles. I know it helps me a lot because I actually use these controls pretty well in battles, so in every single one of my battles in fact. Alright guys and girls, this is Jano out, and hopefully you've learned how to use your controls.